Hello everyone, welcome back to the Random Fandom. I'm your host, Ravenwood, and welcome back to another video of the RWBY Combat Ready board game collection. Today we'll be covering the Combat Ready instructions. The next video will be the Combat Ready scenario book. So next video, stay tuned. Well, not stay tuned, but stay alarmed or alert or whatever. Set your notifications on. Set the alarm bell, whatever. Hit the alarm bell for the next upcoming video. This video will excuse me. There will be a video that I will release announcing my not announcing. Announcing, well, sort of announcing, but also be publishing a video starting a new collection for the Random Fandom. And also stay tuned because hopefully sometime this week. Last month was just last month we couldn't do a whole lot of the whole live streams and reading with Ravenwood, Withy, and Dominic Rex. But this week, what we're planning to do for this week, probably go live more frequently. So yeah, that's what we're going to try to do is not complete the book. No, we'll probably try to get as much of the story done. And then once we see the movie, or once the movie comes out or whatever, basically the movie's the deadline for us to read that book. That's the idea for to read the book. That movie will be the deadline. And then we'll take a break. Essentially the idea is that we'll take a break from reading the Jurassic Park book or reading the Jurassic Park story. And then I'll get right back into the Artificer. And this time, what I'll do with the Artificer is I'll just finish it. I probably might just finish it. It depends on what happens. I'm weighing my options. We could do a lot with reading with Ravenwood with me. That is, but for today we'll be reading this. No, not live stream. Oh well, it's a video. There was something in my tongue. I'm sorry. Well, we'll be reading the Combat Ready instruction book. And there's a lot to go with here. Wow. Not only is it an instruction book by the looks of it, there's also like an art process and design process and whatnot. But we'll go over all of that today. By RWBY Combat Ready by Benjamin Pope and Brian Pope. The Pope. We have two popes. RWBY Combat Ready is a cooperative combat game for 2 to 5 players based on the RWBY series. Okay, so me and Dominic Rex could just play this game by ourselves. Okay, that's interesting. In fact, so I'll probably set up a live stream separate for the RWBY board game. Your team of heroes will battle evil villains while driving back relentless hordes of Grimm that seek to destroy the world of Redmond. Players choose to play as one of the show's characters, Ruby, Weiss, Blake, Ying, or Penny. Then they choose a scenario to play from the scenario book, which includes a villain to battle and a special objective to accomplish. Battles are fast and intense with tough tactical choices every round. During the battle, players gain experience which they can use to upgrade their abilities and powers. Players can choose to play a string of scenarios known as a campaign, improving their combat prowess after each victory. They all need to be at their best because each successive scenario becomes more challenging. If they defeat all the villains in a campaign, their conquest is complete, and the world of Remnant may know peace once more. Get started playing faster. For how to play video and other resources, go to http://www.arcanewonders.com/game/RWBY. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get onto the website, or I'm not going to go into the... yeah, I'm not going to do that. I might have to do that, but I'm not going to do that for this video. Excuse me. Components, rules, scenario book, game board, 24 plastic cubes to mark aura, experience, fear in other tracks, 5 plastic minifigures. Plastic miniatures, sorry. 5 plastic semblance markers, 5 hero decks, 30 cards for each Ruby, Weiss, Blake, Yang, and Penny, 5 character scroll triggers, 3 villain decks, 36 cards each, Roman, Adam, Cinder, 18 objective cards, 1 sheet of markers and tokens, 1 10-sided die, 3 minion decks, 18 cards with Roman, Hints, Minja, the White Fang, and the Grim, and a pear and a pear tree. Setup. Oh, let me show you the first page. There you go. Setup. Player decks. Every character has their own deck of cards. Each card represents an attack or action they can take during a battle. All cards have a speed rating. Attacks with higher speed have a greater chance of what? Oh, I did not. Okay, the way this was formatted, I did not. Attacks with higher speed have a greater chance of hitting an opponent. Okay, I did not read how. Let me show you. I did not know that was the next line because I could not see it for a full minute. There's the card back, which I'll show you. Tier level, card name, speed, damage, subtype, effect, assist, column, ultimate card. Alright, let's read them in order. The card back, okay, so that's the card back. I may have to do part 2 of this video, depending on how long this is. Tier level, this card has a blank border and is tier 1. This card has a tier 2 and is gold border and stays tier 2 at the bottom of the right corner. So, tier 1, tier 2. The card name, this is, okay, Sonic Rush. Speed damage is the 3 markers on the side. Okay, so, yeah, so it's just, once you have instructions, if you ever have sections, you can take a closer look at it. I'll just read it out loud. Actually, hold on. I think I have a card. No, never mind. Subtype. Okay. Let me just read. Let me just read out loud. Subtype is the melee or dash. Various cards and abilities may refer to the card's subtype. For example, flying minions can only be attacked by attacks with the ranged subtype. Effect, for example, disrupting all the target speed and damage and bonuses of this round. Some cards cause additional effects after they are played. If an effect has the exclamation point symbol, it happens immediately before the combat. Immediately and before combat. Other effects are conditionally triggered. For example, by successful hitting an enemy. Assist. Some cards have an assist ability printed on the bottom. An assist is an alternate way to use the card to help your allies during battle. All cards have a tier level: 1, 2, 3, or 4. The higher the tier level, the more powerful the card. Players start the game using only their Tier 1 cards. Tier 1 cards are easy to identify because they have a black border. Higher tier cards have a gold border. During a battle, players earn experience points and can purchase upgraded cards of upgraded cards of higher tiers by playing their experience cost. Ultimate card. Every character has a signature ultimate finishing move they can perform during a duel. Like other cards, these can also be upgraded to a higher tier level during the battle. And so here's the example provided. Like Red Divide, Ultimate Interrupt Bash, next duel, RWBY may draw up to 7 cards without discarding. RWBY gains a total of 3 XP. Character Scroll Tracker. Hero name, Ruby Rose, for example. Semblance. Oh, let's go on clockwise. Sorry, counterclockwise in this case. Aura Track. Heroes track the amount of damage they take with the Aura Track. If they get to 0, they're out of the battle. That's the Aura Track. Semblance. A special power that a player can use once per duel. It is tracked using a semblance marker. XP Track. XP Track. Track XP on this track. XP can be used to upgrade for more powerful attacks. And that will be right there. So I may get to what I'm going to probably do is get to a stopping point depending on how long the video is. I try to make these videos within 20 or 30 minutes, 30 minutes long. Well, let's see how long this is. So I'll probably do a part 2. Meaning there will be 2 videos for this month. I'm not going to separate it monthly for part 2s. Okay, so what I'm going to do is read the instructions for this video. If this turns out to be a part 1 and part 2, hopefully not. I'll read more of the instructions in part 2. So I'll release this video and then release the next video. Because I only have limited time here. Character setup. Okay, each player chooses a character to play and takes the corresponding scroll tracker, miniature, semblance marker, and cards. Players place 2 cubes on their scroll tracker, place a green cube on the 0 space for the XP, and place a red cube on the highest number of the aura track, showing that they have full aura. All players take their tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4 cards, gold border, and place them in an upgrade deck to the side of their scroll tracker. All players place their semblance markers face up, ready, near the scroll tracker with the icon showing. 1, 2, 3, and now 5. 4 and now 5. Excuse me, sorry. All players place their ultimate card face up near the scroll tracker. All players shuffle their deck of tier 1 cards and place them in the face down draw pile. Then they draw 6 cards into their hand. Yu-Gi-Oh, by the way. Sorry. 7. Decide which player will be the active player for the first duel and place their character miniature on the start of the at the start space of the hero Fury track on the game board. And so here's the setup. There's the image of the setup. All right. So the semblance marker, deck, draw deck, aura cube, scroll tracker, XP cube, hand of cards 6, miniature ultimate, the ultimate card upgrade deck. Okay, that's okay. So it's separated. Okay, that's how that works. Okay, that's kind of cool. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I had tacos earlier, so I may or may not be burping. Villain setup. So, okay. Due to limited time, I will end at the villain at the end of villain stances. So, yeah, this might take a few more parts to go through. Villain setup. So yeah, we'll have multiple videos scattered throughout the month of May. Well, yeah. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. So I'll be busy today, this month. Yay! So, villain setup. After choosing a villain to battle, see scenario book. Set the villain's starting aura to the amount indicated by the scenario. For example, Roman Torture starts with 65 aura by placing 1 red cube on 60 and 1 red cube on 5. Place a yellow cube on the +0 space of the speed bonus track and a purple cube of the +0 space of the damage bonus track. During a duel, the villain gains a speed and damage bonuses from various cards. These bonuses tracks are reset to 0 after each duel. The game board tracks the villain's aura, fury, speed, and damage bonuses and cards. Players fury track. For each point of the damage an active player deals to the villain, move the hero's miniature one space along the fury track. Villain's deck, villain's aura, villain speed and damage bonus tracks. Hero cards, the heroes may play their attacks, assists, and combos against the villain here. Okay. Villain Fury. The villain starts on the first slot of the Fury track and progresses 1 space at the start of each round. So here's the format. All right. So it looks like my 20 minutes are almost up. So what I'll do is I'll continue reading this next page. So yeah, I'll continue reading, and once I get to the bottom of page 5, so yeah, well, this is quite a read. Basically end it there for this video, and then I'll try to get back to it during the next video. So yeah, I'll try to read every 5 pages or so. Probably more in the next video. Villain setup continued. The villain's event 3. So this is set 3. Villain setup continued. The villain events cards must be shuffled into their deck prior to play. Event cards represent various power-ups and special abilities gained throughout the battle. The longer the battle takes, the more events will be drawn, and the more powerful the challenging villain becomes. This escalation is a key part of the in-game's feel and tension. Players must defeat the villain before he gets too powerful. Pair the villain's deck as follows. Find and separate all the special event cards for the villain. These have a different back and are labeled event. Shuffle the remainder of the deck thoroughly. Separate the shuffled deck into a number of similar size piles equal to the number of events plus 1. Then put them back together by sandwiching event cards between the layers. Start with one of the piles, place a random card event on top, and then stack another pile, then an event card, etc. Finish with the last pile on top, so that the deck does not start with an event card. When you are done, you will have a single deck of cards with the events hidden inside. Okay. Place the completed E. So I forget to announce what steps these are. E. Place the completed deck face down on the designated space on the board game. Villain stances. Now I have this kind of sort of speed run this because I'm out of time, but we'll continue next video. Villain stances. Each villain has their own custom card deck which represents all of their attacks, defense abilities, special events, and diabolical surprises. The backs of these cards show various stances that hint at what kind of action the villain is about to perform. Remember, the villain stance gives you a clue as to how powerful or fast the next attack might be. Aggressive. An aggressive stance usually means the villain is going to make a powerful or fast attack. Be careful. Balance. The balanced stance is a well-rounded stance that can foreshadow a wide range of attacks and abilities, but is less likely to lie at an extreme end of the spectrum. Subtle. A subtle stance usually means the villain is going to make a lower speed or damage attack, but also possibly do something sneaky, such as powering up for the duel, repelling a team combo, etc. Event cards represent the special powers and actions that power up the villain and make the battle more challenging. And then for the next part of this video will be how do you win the game, the duel, sideline players, and possibly Fury. We'll probably get, actually that would probably be part 3. Fury might be probably part 3. But, so, I'm out of breath, I'm out of time. See you in part 3. Let me at least keep myself paying. Yeah, there we go. I'll see you in part 3. I'll find a bookmark for this. Oh, here we go. Bookmark. See you in part 3 for this video. Bye-bye!